Hey, this is Jerry Fetta, owner, founder, and CEO of Wealth Dynamics, coming to you with this week's Thursday Thoughts. So I want to talk about artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Like when I'm looking around, like I'm seeing a lot of hype about AI, right? And whenever I see a lot of hype about something, I can almost trace a timeline back to, like, not saying it's going to be unsuccessful, but it's going to have a bubble, right? That's my first thought. Right? AI is the new Bitcoin, right? It's insane. Everyone's excited about it. People are going to be investing in AI startups, all this cool stuff. But here's the thing is, it's got to have a viable use for people. It's a cool piece of technology. I've used it. I have it on my phone. I use it all the time. And so there's some successful applications. So for example, in my marketing department, we use artificial intelligence sometimes to help us write copy. Okay. So the plus point is I can take someone that's maybe untrained on writing copy, and they can, type in a couple of parameters and get some decent marketing copy. Okay, the downside with that is I can kick its ass by writing copy because I'm a human being and I can actually think, right? So that's where you have to look at, okay, AI, like my thought on it is it's not gonna replace somebody that's really skilled at something, right? People are gonna be able to tell the difference. When I wrote my book about 2 weeks ago, I wrote and published a book in 6 hours. It was over 18,000 words, 19 chapters. And I posted in the comments, and one of the first things that popped up is people like, oh, which AI app did you use to write that? My brain, like my brain and my fingers in a Word doc. That's the app that I use to write my book, right? And so we've seen with our marketing copy, when we use AI and we send that out, marketing is a communication, we're getting less clicks versus when we send out good copy. And the reason why is AI is the definition of robotic. It's not actually giving an intention behind the communication. It's taking data and it's putting the data together in a way that seems logical, but it doesn't have any intention behind it, right? So it really comes down to what's the intention behind the AI. Another place in our business that we use artificial intelligence is in our credit dynamics program. So we have a program called Credit Dynamics. Part of that is disputing negative items on people's credit reports with the credit bureaus. We have an artificial intelligence software that can determine what's the dispute item, what's the best template to send, how should we word it, and then it sends that out to the bureau, so it's going to be most likely approved, right? So that's a good plus point. Now the thing is that the AI can't make the client upload their credit report. The AI can't determine, what should be sent or what can't. It's got to be pre-programmed first, right? And then it can start to use that as a basis for self-learning. So it's still going to take intention. You've got to put intention behind the artificial intelligence, right? So with AI, another thing that I kind of think and I see is that, it really does, in a way that I think is good, it makes human beings have to be better at their skill, right? If an AI can write a book, what's the difference between an AI and a sucky author? Nothing. Right? If an AI can answer questions, on the spot, I just open up my ChatGPT, I ask it anything I want to, and it tells me a correct answer. What's the difference between an AI and a lazy middle school teacher? There isn't one, right? And so people that aren't good at what they do, they don't care about their craft, they're not trying to be the best, they're gonna be replaced by robots. Like already in Colorado, an entire McDonald's was set up that's run without a single staff member. Right? It's all robotic. It's all artificial intelligence and robotism, because you just need the burger to be flipped, to be stuck on a thing, put on a bun, and you stick it out the window. Right? I just watched the movie Founder, right? And they were very big on their process. Well, when you have a good process and it's dialed in, that's when artificial intelligence can take over. If it doesn't require a lot of critical thinking and skill, and it's just duplication of an already proven and successful documented task, then yeah, AI is going to build a better burger than the average person, because the average person isn't thinking about the burger. They don't want to be there. The AI didn't just do drugs before it started its shift. It's not thinking about its, girlfriend problems while it's in front of the fry machine. It's not in credit card debt, having financial stress while it's talking to customers. It gets rid of a lot of the negative. Okay, so I think that, we're at the very beginning of this. And like I said, I think we're going to see it go through the bubble stage. I think we're going to see where it goes into the failures and the different things we saw with everything. There's the Bitcoin, the N95 masks, the AI robotic foreign currency trading. There's always a new thing, right? And AI is kind of the new thing. But just like with crypto, not to negate the concept entirely, there will be some successful and practical uses for it, right? And I think that those successful and practical uses are going to put people in a position where you got to step your game up. If I'm an artist and I can, write a book or a song or record a podcast, and an AI is going to do the same thing, I always have to be thinking now, what makes me better than the AI? Like, how am I any different? And that's where I think, a level of skill and uniqueness and care and intention comes in, because that's with any business, right? Like, let's talk about, buying a house. Why would I use a realtor versus just going on a website? Same kind of concept. That realtor better have some value that the website doesn't. They better do more than just say, here's the home, do you want to look at it? Right? The website can do that. Like, I'm good. I don't want to talk to a person. I would rather do that, right? It's kind of similar to, shopping, for your dinner on Instacart or on Uber Eats versus going into the restaurant. Like, if I can avoid the waiting thing, sometimes that's more convenient. Okay, but I would never take my let's say I have a wife or a girlfriend or whatever, I never take that person on a fancy date with Uber Eats. I still want to go to a 5-star restaurant that's got the candles and the roses and the whole experience. Right? Now, AI might be able to contribute to that. Maybe it helps pick the music, it controls the lighting, but it's still going to be human beings that run that. Right? So that's kind of my thought on it. We're using it, we're taking technology, and I learned this early with technology from a mentor of mine. Adopt it early, wear it down, and then move on to the next one. There'll be a next thing. There's always a bigger and a better. Technology exists to be beat by the next one. That's literally the definition of technology. It's a development, so it's going to always get rid of the prior one. And to think that AI is like the one and done, right? Like Bitcoin is the one and done. No, there's another one that's going to happen. Okay, take it, use it, just like Facebook was the very first social media. Then we had the Instagram, then we had LinkedIn, and we got, now there's TikTok. There's always going to be another iteration of technology. So use it, don't get too attached to it. Let it give you the fire under your butt so you feel like you need to be more valuable. I think that's good for mankind. And that's my thoughts on AI today.